The next skill for electric guitar options is learning octaves. Octaves. So octaves are basically the same note played one octave higher. Okay, so you're just playing it in two different registers. And the good thing, unlike thirds or fifths, there's only one kind of octaves. There's no, every chord is going to be exactly the same. And so let me show you what this relationship looks like. There's a little bit of adjusting you might have to do, but we're going to look at the number one chord, which was right here. Number one. Now, octaves look very similar to fifths in that well, let me just show you first. Instead of going down only one string, you're going to skip one string, go to the next string here, and then you're going to go up the guitar neck to the right 2 frets. So those two, that pattern is an octave. But look here, you remember the fifth was right here? It looks kind of confusing because they're in the same fret here, but you're actually going to skip this string and you're going to play the next string. Okay? So that means this string in between, this A string, somehow needs to be muted. And so you can do that one of two ways. You can use the finger that's playing this one note, and you can use the fatty part of your fingertip and just lay it ever so slightly down on this. Or you can mute this also with the finger that's going to be playing this note. Rather than using the tip, here, let me see if I can draw a diagram. Let's say this is your finger. You can play it in a way where the tip, very tip, will mute this, so that when you strum both of these strings, you're actually strumming 3 strings, but this middle one will not sound. Okay? But that's how you play an octave of the number 1 chord. So let me erase and go over all of these with you, and this should be pretty simple. You remember, it all stems from the understanding of your root note. So this is 2. So then you're going to go down 2 strings, 1, 2, and to the right 2, 1, 2. That is an octave of the 2 chord. Octave of the 3 chord would be this. Octave of the 4 chord would be this. You're skipping this string. Octave of the 5 chord looks like that. Octave of the 6 chord looks like this. And an octave of the 7 chord looks like this. Remember, it's going to take a little time to get this skill of muting, but that's what you need to practice for this skill. And I want to give you a different progression here to practice this over, and this will involve most of the chords that you would encounter in a certain song. So let's do this. The progression I want you to practice is 1, 4, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1, 1. Okay, so you remember these get 4 beats each, and just try playing those octaves over this chord progression. And then what I would do is, along with playing roots, playing thirds, playing fifths, and playing octaves, get any song that's written out in a numbered format, remember, and just try to play the whole song only using one of these skills at a time. Okay? All right.